guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Pagelin 101 here, and today I have a really exciting video for you guys. So today I have another college type video. You guys really liked the last one. It was where I told you guys what college I was going to, so make sure to watch that video. I'll have it linked in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so I really hope I'm centered with this background, so just bear with me. I hope I'm centered. It's really hard to tell if I am. But anyway, so I decided to go to Loyola. You would know that if you watched the video, or if you didn't, I'm going to Loyola University in Chicago. Now, I'm going to give you guys some general tips on how I decided what college I wanted to go to. Now, the first thing I based what college I wanted to go to was off of location. As many of you know, I have a brother with special needs, and I wanted to stay closer to home for him. So I live in Illinois, and I wanted to stay around Illinois or neighboring states. So that narrowed down a lot of schools for me, which was really nice. The next thing I used was the major I wanted to go into. At the time, it was forensic science. Now I would like to go into neuroscience, but at the time, I was looking for schools with good forensic science programs, which also narrowed down quite a few schools from there. Next, I made a list of all the schools I wanted to go to, pros and cons. I had about 10 schools on my list, and then I started visiting. Now, this was the most time consuming, but this was the most fun part because I got to visit so many schools. I got to learn so many things about college, and it was so fun. It made me so excited to go to college. So the first school I went to was IUPUI, and that is in Indiana. And I quickly realized at that school, and that is a bigger school, I quickly realized that I did not like big schools. I wanted schools that were a little bit smaller. As I was walking around that campus, there were just like herds of people moving everywhere, and I just did not like that at all. So the next school I visited was Trine, and it was a smaller school, and I really liked that feel. It was really cool to see how my tour guides were just saying hi to so many people. It was like they knew so many people on campus, and I didn't feel that way at the previous big school I had visited or some of the other big schools I had visited. Another important thing for me was the actual tour of the campus. I wanted to really like the campus and the dorms as well, because I wanted a dorm that was a decent size, because I know my parents had really tiny dorms when they were going to school, and obviously I don't expect a mansion, but I did want a nice dorm. And I also didn't love community style. And community style is where there is a bathroom that everyone on the floor shares. Usually it's by gender, and then all the people will share one bathroom, and I just wanted a little bit more privacy. So I wanted to get kind of a room with suite style. And suite style is where you and your roommate or roommates will share a bathroom with a room or two next to you guys. So it's less people sharing one bathroom, usually like 4 to 6 people sharing a bathroom. And so I thought that was nicer. It's a little more private, and I just really liked that option. So I wanted a school that had an option like that. And honestly, it probably wouldn't break the deal if it didn't have that option, but it was important to me. Another thing that was important to me was like what I could do for recreation at the school. Was there places outside off campus that I could visit? Because Trine University, which is a school in Angola, Indiana, which was one I really wanted to go to, it was my top 2. The only downfall was the town outside of it was just so small. It was kind of like in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't a lot to do. I thought it was a super cute town, but it wasn't somewhere that I would want to spend 9 months of my life at. For some people, that is up their alley. That's totally for them. But for me, it just wasn't for me. Another thing that was important to me was, do they have sports? Do they have clubs? And I really wanted my school to have club basketball. Basketball is so important to me. I love basketball. I don't want to play at the necessarily like college level, like be on the college team, because I feel like that's just a bit of a big commitment, and I have a hard time like adjusting to change. So I think doing something in college like a club sport would be a lot better for me. So that was what I decided to do. So it was important to me that my school had a club sport, a club basketball team. And so that also narrowed down a few schools. Honestly, it was a deal breaker if they didn't have that, because that was so important to me to have that, to be involved in something and make friends that way, because I heard that it was so important to make friends through other things like sports and clubs. Alright, so that may not seem like a lot of things that narrowed down my school, but it really did. I honestly narrowed it down to 4 schools from there, which were Butler, Trine, Lewis, and Loyola. The next thing from there, like I said, was the location, and as you guys know, I kicked out Trine from that. I also kicked out Lewis University because I just didn't love the locations of it. And so I was really down to Loyola, and it wasn't down to Butler. I actually kicked that out earlier because Like I said, I wanted to do forensic science, and they didn't really have a forensic science program. Now I want to do neuroscience, and I believe they do have a neuroscience program, but at the time I didn't know that. So I actually was down to 3 schools. I lied. It was Lewis, Trine, and Loyola. And like I said, the other 2 I kind of kicked out because of the location. So I knew I wanted to go to Loyola, but I still really, really loved Trine. And a lot of people say that they got this like gut feeling when they went to the school they wanted to go to. They were like, I know this is the school I wanted to go to. And I didn't necessarily feel that when I went to schools. I went to schools, and then even when I went to Loyola, I wasn't like, this is my school. But once I went to other schools, I just kept comparing it back to Loyola. I was like, well, Loyola has this and this school doesn't have it. And by the end, I realized that is the school I wanted to go to. I may not have felt that feeling then, but I felt it afterwards because it was the one I just kept comparing it to. And I feel like, who's walking upstairs? I feel like if I didn't find a school I felt that, like, it's important to keep searching, because I think there really is a school for everyone. So I think it's important just to keep looking. I actually only applied to 3 schools. I got into all 3 that I applied to, but I ended up choosing Loyola because of the location, the academics, I already said the location, but the location is in Chicago, which I think is awesome. It's close to home, and so that was just so important to me. They had club basketball, also important. And it was important that they also valued their academics and their sports and just everything and recreation. So I felt like it was the best school for me. I liked their dorms, and some of their dorms have suite style bathrooms. So that was also important to me. But yeah, so those are what led me to choose Loyola. I hope this video helped you guys if you guys are choosing a college, or if you're not, I hope this video is at least entertaining for you guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you don't like this video anyway, please consider subscribing if you want me to do more videos like this. That would be super awesome. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.